Finally, the most electrifying promo reader is back today. Dan Dago is back on Compas on the Beat to read some promos, and I got a lot of work to do today. The Compas blew up with their Anthony Lynn interview, and all of a sudden, everybody wants them to read the promos about their products. Let's see how it goes. So let's get to these promos. Manscaped is back with the Compas. The world is starting to open up with many events. The Olympics, the Euros, shout out to Italy, baseball, major championships, and concerts. Shout out Luke Combs, October, I'll be there. Even wine tasting like Gilberto has recently opened up. So you can ask him in the comment section about how it was to go out there and fight the suburban moms over their favorite wines and debating it and all that stuff. He probably had a blast. So if you're planning many summer activities like that slacker Gilberto, make sure you take care of your below the waist trimming needs before stepping out. And Manscaped has got you covered. The Performance Package 4.0 from Manscaped is here to help you get ready. Inside, you'll find your Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer, plus 2 free gifts, performance boxer briefs, and a shed travel bag. The brand new Lawnmower 4.0 is here to take the podium. The 4th generation features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. Well, on behalf of me and the boys here at Compas, we thank you in advance for that, because good God, we all need some protection down there. It's tough. Okay, by now you must be convinced that the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 is a must-have. So go to the Manscaped website and get 20% off plus free shipping with the code LAFB20 at manscaped.com. That's right, 20% off plus free shipping with the code LAFB20 at manscaped.com. Achieve the below-the-waist glory this year with Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com because Dan and Dago said so. Do it. Just do it. And after you get yourself a Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0, subscribe to Compas on the Beat on YouTube and turn on the notifications. And feel free to comment under every video. Let them know. Let them know what you like about the show, what topics you want covered, and how else we can poke fun at Gilberto. Don't worry about it. It's all in good fun. Let's be respectful. Then go to subscribe to the audio version on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Don't forget to rate and review. Now let's get to the best damn podcast in the universe. Play the music, Nando! Welcome to Compas on the Beat. I'm Fernando Ramirez, Chargers beat reporter for Sports Illustrated. With me, as always, my co-host, tag team partner, the Paul Walker to my Vin Diesel, Gilbert Manzano, Chargers beat reporter for the OC Register and LA Daily News. What's up, bro?
Fernando, you're changing the intro. I like it. We're movie stars now because it's kind of fitting. We are stars now, as you saw. The world saw. Compas on the Beat blew up a week ago with former Chargers head coach Anthony Lynn. People loved the interview. NFL.com took our interview. Pro Football Talk took our interview. Chargers blogs, Lions blog, you name it. So if we're Vin Diesel and Paul Walker, it's deserved because we're stars, man.
And we're family. There you go.
Have you seen all the memes, the family memes? Like,
some are good, but some are like really lazy. That's my problem with memes, and I get frustrated with them because some of them are really, really good. And others, I'm like, these are lazy. So I don't want to get into all that. But you mentioned the interview with Anthony Lynn. It was so good to catch up with Anthony because regardless of what happened, and now he's not the Chargers head coach, he's with Detroit. I still have a lot of respect for Anthony Lynn, the coach, but I have even more respect for Anthony Lynn, the person.
Yeah, and it must have not been easy for him to come on and hear the two former, reporters of the Chargers, come and talk to him after he got let go. I know it was a while ago. He got fired in January, so it's not easy talking about stuff like that. But all the respect in the world for Anthony Lynn. He understands what we do as a living, but he also knew that we're fair reporters, so we're gonna ask some questions about it, but we're gonna have fun with it. It was a podcast. I told him, hey, hey, we really want to know about your vacation home in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. We want to know about the barbecue. These are questions we couldn't ask on the daily, during the football season. Yeah, maybe you could, but sometimes it gets a little intense, and you got to get to the point, and especially when there's some losing. You don't want to ask about after you got blown. I don't want to bring it up again, but you got blown out by the Patriots. You don't ask about barbecue after that. So, it was a very cool, laid back mood. And also, even if you do ask those questions, you get like one or two, especially in the Zoom era. So to kind of get them and chat and talk about the vacation home, telling us that Mike Shanahan recommended, vacation in Mexico, and I think he said Puerto Vallarta because it was too commercial, and Cabo and Cancun. I love that he wants to be in the real Mexico, but I just had fun, and it was cool to see. I was surprised that people picked it up. I don't know what you thought about that, seeing like the national outlets pick up the interview, because for me it was just like a cool interview for fans and the listeners to kind of catch up to see what Anthony Lynn did, because a lot of people respect Anthony Lynn. They want to see how he's doing, and he's doing great. As he got picked up. He got picked up as an OC for the Lions. That's something to sneeze at. So
Yeah.
to wake up and see that, Pro Football Talk, NFL.com, and credit it Compas on the beat, Gilbert Manzano and Fernando Ramirez of Compas
I
on
have
the
issue with that.
you could say that, but for me, it was cool to see.
No, yeah.
Like we've been credited before. We're kind of used to, not to kind of brag, I guess, humble brag, but to see Compas on the beat, this podcast we started 4 months ago, to kind of have a little play was pretty nice.
No, it definitely is, Gilbert. And I mean, it was great to talk to Anthony and chat with him. That grape soda thing, I am gonna use that. I am so excited. It's funny, Gilbert. I mean, I don't want to get too off topic because we're talking about Anthony, but I ordered some duck breast from a website, and it's coming in on
Look at
Wednesday. So
you.
I'm excited. I'm excited to cook that up this weekend and check it out how that goes. But yeah, no, it was definitely great to see him, because I mean, like I said, like I was there when he first got hired. He was so nice to me. I remember he went through everybody and asked who's, because we gotta, so when they presented him at Dignitive Sports, whatever the hell that place is called, when they presented him there, we did a press conference, and then we went down to the field, and then we kind of were able to talk to him in a circle. And he asked for my name, and he asked me how I got started in journalism. He asked me some stuff, and I was like, oh wow, cool, he's trying to get to know me. um but Anthony was he was just a guy that really, no matter what, you could tell, like, yes, he got frustrated with some of the questions. Yes, he got, you could tell that sometimes he wanted to blow up at us, but he was always really nice, very courteous. And honestly, he was just great. To listen to everything he had to say was just incredible. And then he opened up to us, Gilbert, talked about how he thought about sitting out this season, just spending more
Hmm.
time in Puerto Vallarta. But this is the thing about Anthony that really caught my eye, Gilbert, and caught my ear most more than anything. He said that he was gonna spend most of the time in Puerto Vallarta until the season started. Then he was gonna go around a different training camp, or to different teams where he has friends at, and he was gonna learn different things and see kind of how other coaches run their practices and stuff. And I was like, wow, you can tell Anthony still has that hunger. He still has that desire to be a head coach again. And I hope that the Detroit Lions succeed so that Anthony gets another shot again.
Yeah, no, he did a lot of great things with the Chargers. He mentioned he's proud of what he did. He said no regrets, but yeah, obviously he could do a lot of things differently. And you live and you learn, and that's what he was saying. Like he has things to learn. And like you were saying, Fernando, he's trying to get better by seeing other coaches and see how they operate. Because there were some good parts in the 4 years, but yeah, it was a little rocky, and it's still debatable if they should have let him go, because there was a lot of good, but also those last 2 years were rough. And Anthony knows it's a winning business, and that's why he's able to kind of talk about it, because he knows the results didn't happen. So, but I really respect the part of him trying to get better and improve, and hopefully get to see it with the Lions. Like the Lions, you know, the roster doesn't really stand out, but they have a quarterback in Jared Goff who maybe he could recreate. He did a good job with Justin Herbert, and he has some success, succeeded with Philip Rivers for 3 years. So if you could get Jared Goff back into his form of that Super Bowl year, then the head coaching jobs will be coming come January. But I don't know if he's ready for that yet. For him speaking for him, if he wants 1 year or 2 years, who knows? But taking that OC job is the best path to being a head coach, and you could tell he's itching to get back and prove that he's a better coach.
You know what, Gilbert? One thing before we move on is that he said one correct thing. He did leave the Chargers in a better state than when he found it. I was there for the Mike McCoy era, and the team really. I remember when Mike got fired. They were on the way to LA. They were gonna move. you really looked at the roster and you said, "Oh, there's a lot of holes." Like you have Joey Bosa, you have Hunter Henry, who were two rookies at the time. You have Phillip Rivers, but there really wasn't much. And you had Keenan Allen, but there wasn't much around it. And really, it cost him and Tom Telesco a lot of work to build this roster. Now it's starting to shape into maybe a playoff contending roster. In 2018, they went 12-4, almost made it to the they made it to the divisional round where they got smacked by the Patriots. But I mean, they were close. They were close. They were the closest that they had been in a while. So it's just interesting, and honestly, it was great to have Anthony again, to chat with him, to joke around with him, and obviously he joked around with us a couple of times, taking little swipes at us, but it was just funny to get to talk to him again. But Gilbert, you had an interesting Sunday morning. You got to go talk to new Chargers head coach Brandon Staley over at Long Beach Poly, I believe.
Correct.
What was that? First of all, what was the event, and what was it like to get a chat with Brandon?
Yeah, so moving forward now to the new page, we wish Anthony Lynn the best of luck in Detroit, but it seems like there's good things happening with the Chargers and Brandon Staley. So I thought, I know it's a community event. It's helping out high schoolers. I know that these things don't get a lot of play, and they're common in July. But I told myself, this is a new head coach. I need to go get to know him and see what he's up to. And that's kind of the conversations we had. It was like, hey, how are you settling into this LA head coach job? I know he had a year in LA with the Rams and being the defensive coordinator. But the crazy thing is that he's already catching on how it is in Southern California, because he kind of stopped me. He said, it's not LA, Gilbert, or Gilberto, let's call me Gilberto. It's I was in Thousand Oaks. Ventura County is a different world. Orange County and Costa Mesa is a different world. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, Brandon, I know, I grew up here. My bad. I'm talking to you like you're new here. So I think for him having that 1 year with the Rams is going to go a long way to help him out. And we were just talking about how, there was things that I want to talk to him about. How do you become, this unknown candidate that kind of came out of nowhere with the head coaching job, but even further out of nowhere when he got that Rams job. Nobody knew who Brandon Staley was when he got the defensive coordinator job, and he had to replace a legend in Wade Phillips. So I asked him, like, you got that out of the way where that, because sometimes, in life, like, we get these opportunities and you feel like you're not worthy, or like, oh, maybe it's too soon. I'm not ready. Nobody knows my name. And so I told Brandon, like, how did you deal with that kind of the imposter syndrome of, you're replacing Wade Phillips and nobody knows who you are. How do you deal with that? And he just said, you know what, be confident in what you do. People need change. They need to try new things and just believe that you belong. And he showed that confidence. He took, Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey to support him, and they became the number one Rams defense. So just talking to Brandon, I don't want to give away my story too much. I'm trying to do a feature on Brandon, but just that 1 year with the Rams, I think it's going to go a long way helping him to be the head coach of the Chargers, especially in the LA community where, you want to get a bigger fan base. You're kind of still new from the San Diego days, but it hasn't been that new going into, what is it, year 5 now, Fernando, is that correct?
Yeah.
So he knows that. He wants to be very involved. Like, I started asking him about, like, I could tell you like saying the name Vato. He's like, yeah, like, I love that Michael Davis embraces his Mexican side, and you got to do that. You got to be who you are. And he was saying that he wants to get to know the diversity of Los Angeles and the Mexican American community. So everything I was talking to the guy about, I'm like, okay, he gets this. He knows that it's on the field job, off the field job. You got to do so much, and for him to be out there at Long Beach Poly High and helping out the community, it tells you he really wants to be involved with the LA community.
Boom, idea. If he wants that, the compa should grab some tacos with him one day. We do a full interview with him. Boom, that's a great way to do that. I mean, I just little ideas here and there I get, but you know what, Gilbert? You know what really amazed me about the work that he's done on the field? Because I mean, you've heard about everything about the relationships that he's built with his players. Players respect him. A guy like Jalen Ramsey, for him to come out and say what he said about Brandon Staley is just incredible. What really got to me was Leonard Floyd and John Johnson the third. Both of those guys, John Johnson had made some noise here and there, but last year he had a Pro Bowl season and he got paid like it by Cleveland. Leonard Floyd comes out and I remember they were labeling him a bust with the Chicago Bears. He comes, and last year I think he had over 10 sacks. So it's just things like that where a lot of people, I know the Chargers have a roster full of guys that you're like, Jerry Tillery, Uchenna Nwosu, Nazir Adderley. There's guys that you're like questioning if they do have the, you know that the talent is there, but can you open it up and be able to be successful in the NFL? With Jerry Tillery, you've seen glimpses, but there's not a lot of area where you're like, is there something there? With Uchenna, you've seen different moments where he has had big plays. With Nas, it just with Nas, he's only in his second year. In his first year, he only played 3 games, 4 games. So you really haven't seen a lot. But with a guy like Nas, with his athleticism, his ball hawking skills, I feel like Brandon could help him out. Maybe the way he did John Johnson. But it's going to be really interesting to see the way he does it on the field. Just because, like I said, that's to me what's impressive is just kind of some of these names that have come out and have really blown up with Brandon being their defensive coordinator or their position coach or stuff like that. So I just think, and it's also going to be how is he going to help Derwin James and Joey Bosa take it to that next level, the way he kind of did this year with Jalen and with Aaron, with Aaron. But it's just going to be really interesting to see the way this defense shapes up. I just think there's a lot of similarities between the Rams defense and the Chargers defense, where there's areas and there's players where you're like, oh, this guy could in this system, this guy could potentially blow up. And guys like Drew Tranquil, Derwin, and even Joey and um, Murray, Kenneth Murray,
Kenneth Murray.
Kenneth Murray have all come out and they seem very excited about this defense. And like I said, when Gus Bradley was first here, I don't remember this level of excitement from those players. From those players, they were excited here and there, but like it wasn't like right now where you get these guys and they're like, oh my god, we're gonna be doing this and we're gonna be doing that, and the level of excitement just seems like it's been taken up a notch with the arrival of Brandon Staley.
Yeah, tying it back to the Anthony Lynn interview where you said, he left the Chargers organization in a better place when he left. And I think that's true because, like you mentioned, there's so much talent there. And I know Tom Telesco does, the draft picking, but I'm sure Anthony Lynn had a heavy input. So he got a lot of these players in the right place. Now that's where Brandon comes in. Like his job is to really get these guys to have career years, like you said, John Johnson, Troy Hill, Leonard Floyd, that the resume shows that wherever Brandon Staley goes, he's able to take people to the next level. And the crazy part, he's so young. He went from John Carroll University, to the Chicago Bears, Denver Broncos, to the Rams, and everywhere he goes, he makes it better. So the track record shows that this is a stock you want. Brandon Staley makes you go up. So I think for me, I think he's a good leader. People listen. He has great ideas. Now the biggest thing is putting it all together and let's see it on the field because who knows? Like, I'm not trying to be negative, but it could be a very complicated scheme disguises, and people are kind of trying to learn on the fly. But that's Brandon Staley's job and his coaching staff. And the other thing is kind of, my biggest thing I need to see is like, can he be calling plays on defense and also, running the team on a 2-minute drill, situational football, seeing what special teams is doing because that was a problem a year ago. So all that on his plate. But talking to Brandon, I talked to him about the Ronaldo Hill partnership and how that's going to work, and you could tell he's going to lean heavily on his coaches, and he trusts his coaching staff. So if there's trust there, and you believe in these guys to do their job, that's less on his plate. He could focus more on the defense. He could focus on grooming these guys. So far the operation seems smooth, and because I'm telling you, there's times we see like I don't want to sound like we're just so positive and rah right now, but it's just like we've seen other regimes come over and maybe we're not covering it every day, but you see the stories like, okay, people are not so sure. There's problems here. There's problems there. And like you're saying, Fernando, everything here is so far. I know it's July, seems good, but that's where you want to be. You want to be good going into training camp, not have these crazy stories like these other teams might have. And maybe you have a quarterback controversy or there's a lot of holes in the roster, or maybe this coach is in over his head. So far, you have not seen any of that with the Chargers.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And the thing is that our good friend Kirk Morrison a couple of weeks ago talked to us about Ronaldo Hill, and he said that he feels like he's the perfect guy for this job. And it seems like Brandon's really has a really good like coaching staff behind him. So it's going to be really interesting to see the way this all shapes out. I'm excited, Gilbert, to read your story when it comes out about Brandon, because I mean, you got some FaceTime with him. I was down here in San Diego. I couldn't make it up there. It was 9 a.m. I mean, that means I mean, you know what? It could have given me a trial run for how it's going to be for training camp, but It was Sunday. It was too early for me, so I
You,
don't know.
you
I'm
probably
up.
had you probably had some brisket cooking at 6 in the
I'm up.
morning.
Oh,
You couldn't
actually, no,
you,
not this.
you couldn't leave it.
I didn't smoke anything this weekend, but now let's move on to something interesting, Gilbert. I mean, we just, I mean, we're recording today on Monday, but we just got this alert before we started recording, and it was some trash talking that happened over the weekend at the, I don't, what's that golf tournament called? It's something for like famous, like Canelo's there, Steph
Yeah, I saw
Curry.
Canelo there. Curry, yeah. It's I forget
It's like a
something
play.
double A celebrity golf tournament. I
Yeah,
forget.
there you go. And like guys like AJ Hawk, some Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, they're all there. Speaking of Patrick Mahomes, he was caught on film or on by the camera. He's walking. Obviously, like the camera is going to be on Steph Curry, Patrick Mahomes, all these guys. He's walking, and some guy says, "Watch out for Herbert," and he says, "I'll believe it.
When I see it.
I'll believe it when I see it." No, I'll see it when I believe it. That's what
Oh,
he said. And usually the saying is, I'll believe it when I see it.
oh, yeah,
But he
yeah.
said it opposite. But obviously there's trash talk there already starting to happen with the AFC West. And I mean, we know Herbert isn't a trash talker. He'll say that Patrick is a guy he's looked up to and everything like that. But this got some buzz on social media. Gilbert, what do you make of this?
Part of me wants to feel like it's not a big deal. We're just talking to a fan and it's a golf tournament having fun. But the other part of me is like, I like it. I want to stir that pot. You know how we do it. And because I like do it, stir it. Because I like the quarterback battles. I like the quarterback rivalries. And I feel like we saw, Brady and Manning, Brady and Breeze, Brady and Rogers. Like it's time for the new guys. And Mahomes needs somebody young. I know there's guys like Lamar Jackson out there, and even Russell Wilson's still kind of young, but there's something like a same division quarterback rival, and to see Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes going at it twice a year, and you add some fuel to the fire, I am more for that. So I like that Mahomes went there. I don't feel like Herbert will ever go there because it's just not in his nature to kind of have fun like that. Or maybe he will one day. I don't know. Maybe by year 3, he's talking a little trash. Like it wasn't anything crazy that Mahomes said. It's
I
just
should
like,
help him.
yeah, but it's
Oh no, we
something.
should we should get Dan and Dago to coach him.
Yeah, yeah. He'll be the referee, the special guest referee. No sleeves on the referee uniform. But I don't know. I just like it because Mahomes is a top dog, and maybe to call somebody out like that with trash talk shows respect. Like that guy, I'm gonna pretend like I don't see him, but if I'm gonna at least acknowledge him in this way, hey, he's pretty good, and he knows he's a good quarterback. So I like the rivalry because he is a top dog. He's been to 3 ABC title games in a row. He won a Super Bowl, so back-to-back Super Bowl appearances. So yeah, act like the king of the throne. I like it. Be ruthless and don't let anybody come after you. But that guy Herbert, he's going to be going after it, and he's a worthy opponent.
Gilbert, we still haven't seen Herbert versus Mahomes. We saw
You don't
Herbert the
count the
rookie.
first one,
I
huh?
don't count the first one.
I
That
liked it.
we
That was a
we
that
didn't.
was a that was a good matchup for me though. But I get it. I
No,
get
no,
it.
it was good, but we didn't get to see like Justin was overthrowing some stuff. I don't think the Justin Herbert at the end of the season would have underpassed that one to Mike Williams, the one where the honey badger comes up and smacks it. I think he would
Correct.
have put it right in his bread basket and Mike would have caught it. But we still haven't seen it because at the end of the season, remember, Andy Reid decided to sit Mahomes and Kelsey and Tyreek Hill and everything. So I'm really excited. Week 3, right off the bat, you get you get to travel to Washington. You come back and you play the Cowboys. Then you get to travel to KC to play the Chiefs. Man, that matchup is going to be interesting. I think it's a 10 a.m. But I think it's going to be Tony Romo
Has to be.
and Phil. God, what's his name? Phil.
I'm forgetting his name.
I can't remember his name, but Jim Nance. Jim Nance.
Jim Nance.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be them on the call because that's gonna be too big of a game to not have as your premier game of the week. But I actually did like the trash talking. The only thing is I saw somebody tweet or in my like when I tweeted it out or whatever, because my eyes. I gotta do the I gotta do the eyes. So somebody put that's how you can tell he's scared. He said it like separately. I was like, should I think about it? Like I'm just getting that emoji, and I'm like, I don't think Mahomes is scared, but I think he acknowledges that Justin's coming.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Gilbert, you and I've been through it before. The AFC West or the AFC in general is loaded with a lot of really young quarterbacks. a lot of talented young quarterbacks. You have Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert. You have the Trevor Lawrence coming in. You have the kid from the Jets. You have a lot
Wilson,
of there you go. You have a lot of really young quarterbacks in the AFC. There's not a lot in the NFC. I mean, it's literally
Rogers,
um
Wilson.
yeah. Kyler Murray is like
Oh,
one of the
yep.
young ones over there, but like there's not really a lot of young quarterback talent the way there is in the AFC. But literally, I mean, this is going to be an interesting matchup between the two. I think I'm starting to like the trash talk. I wonder who's going to pick it up for the Chargers on their side, because I mean, Mahomes is the one that already laid it down a little bit, and I think this is just the start of something good. Those rivalries are just awesome. The way Brady and Manning used to go at it, like you said, is awesome, and I hope that we're going to get a little bit more of that this upcoming season. But like you said, Justin's not gonna take the bait on that one. I'm sure he'll just be like, oh, that that was pretty funny. That's pretty cool. But I like Patrick as a quarterback. I think he's great. The blah 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 blah. He's not going to give him any bulletin board material. But I wonder if the Chargers are going to put that on their bulletin board and be like, hey, this is what this guy said.
Yeah, no. Every time I try to get Herbert to talk about people, criticizing him or talk about pressure and high expectations, he always says, "I block out the noise. I don't hear about that. We pay attention to what's in this locker room." And I've asked him like 5 different ways. So that's gonna be Herbert. There's not gonna be no bulletin material. I just feel like they're gonna ignore it. Maybe Keenan Allen with a whisper in his ear, like, "Hey, Herbie, you got to ball out," because he's calling you out. But other than that, I don't see too much fuel from the Chargers side. But I'm for it though. I would love to hear it though. I'm really
Somebody
into
will pick
this
it up.
rivalry. Hopefully, maybe it's Austin Eckler or who knows. But I love it. So hopefully these two teams are competitive and we'll get to see these young quarterbacks go at it for many years to come.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Moving along, there. I mean, we're talking about that fight. There was a fight over the weekend. Conor McGregor, the notorious Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier, the third matchup between them. I thought it was gonna like it was an aggressive first round. It really was. I mean, they both were, and I mean, honestly, I think people weren't giving Conor enough credit. I know Conor was the one on the ground and he was getting elbowed and everything, but some of those kicks that he was throwing up while the dude was over him, there were some lethal kicks, but it just didn't go Conor's way again. His leg snapped. Shout out to Joe Rogan for getting that interview with Conor, even though Conor was on the ground in pain. I thought that was great. That's why I tweeted out that picture where I said you always get the interview no matter what. So I thought it was pretty cool. You know, it's funny. I saw somewhere where a news station put, "Is this ethical?" or something like that. Not a news station, but like somebody asked, "Is this ethical?" And some guy comments, "Dude, we ask questions of people who have just had their family members die or something like that. How would this not be ethical? The dude just broke his ankle. We've done other stuff." And I was like, "Oh, you know what? That is true. Like, how are you gonna call that into question?" But Gilbert, you've covered the UFC, you've covered Conor, you've done all that. What did you make? I'll give you my take what or after, but what did you think about what happened over the weekend?
I'll start with this. It sucks that I think he broke it. Was it the ankle or leg?
It was the ankle. Yeah.
he broke his ankle, and you could see right away that he took a step back and he broke it. And it was like, we see it a lot in the UFC. So you don't want
Lately.
it, yeah. But you don't want to fight to end that way, and it sucks because the MMA or UFC has this weird rule where like when it's a doctor stoppage, like Conor kept saying doctor stoppage, so he could say it's not a real defeat, but they still credit Dustin Poirier with the win.
Yeah.
If that was boxing, it'll be a no contest, no decision. You try again another day. So that's the weird thing. So Poirier did win the fight. So we're going based off the MMA rules. I think Poirier did deserve to win that fight, and not. I think I'm officially ready to say that McGregor has been exposed. His game plan has gotten old. He can't really make adjustments, and I don't know we're gonna see a Conor McGregor at the elite level ever again, especially after an injury like that. Because Fernando, I like the kicks. That was a good adjustment to keep Poirier off him, because he can't wrestle on the ground. He can't do much on the ground. There was like this weird part where McGregor was trying to choke Dustin. He just doesn't know how to do it properly, and you could tell he has no experience here. So, but you
An
saw
experienced fighter would have been able to get him in that, and he would
definitely,
have he
and
would have
then
tapped him out.
but you did see the pop. Like, he has a strong left power, but when he doesn't get the big shot early and they come aggressive, like I feel like at first opponents were too timid, like, oh, I don't want to get caught by that left hand and I'm done. So they kind of gave him space. Now people are not afraid anymore. They're coming at him like Dustin does. Yeah, there were some kicks that were hurting him, but he still went around, got him to the ground, and then like, you know, doing the elbows to the face, and after that he gets gassed out. Like I keep seeing this game plan over and over again. The opponents, like, you know, Khabib did it, Dustin did it twice. The Nate Diaz plan was kind of get him tired till the later of the fight, take him to the ground. So you know, I love the adjustment with the kicks. I love the adjustment with the Cerrone fight with the elbows. You see small adjustments for Conor, but when he gets taken to the ground, the fight goes longer. It's the same old thing with Conor McGregor, and you know, I don't know. I'm just kind of getting tired of the act. Like he also, I'll let you go with this one, but with the act got tiring when he was talking about his wife. I'm like, you're getting lazy with the trash talking. Like you're mimicking him now. Like you're doing a high school trash talk. I want the old Conor where like it felt like he was writing these rhymes and they were like crazy. Like how do you think about this? Now it's kind of old and he's lazy. Like I don't know if you saw Fernando, but at the end the wife gave him the finger when he was down with his broken leg, and he kept saying Dustin's gonna go out in a stretcher. He ended up going on a stretcher. So it's a lot of karma for McGregor, and I know Fernando, you're kind of rooting for the old McGregor to come back, but I'm kind of over it, and it kind of just shows you that I don't think we're gonna see it again.
Everybody with that whole karma crap, everybody needs to cut that crap out. It's just trash talking. That's the thing, is that I saw those tweets, all these freaking fluffs, like, oh, it's karma for what he said to Dustin Poirier. That's how
it
many
was
times
bad trash talking. You know,
how many times didn't Floyd Mayweather say, I'm gonna put him out in a stretcher, or all these other guys, they've always said that. It's everybody's
but
always
you know,
said that.
wives and family are off limits, man. Like that to me was like, okay, se pasa.
I didn't. That to me, why was she in his DMs?
I don't know. I don't know if we're that type of podcast, but
well, I'm just saying, like,
it's a mystery there.
Yeah.
It could be fake. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. But
it was just weird that they went there. I don't know.
I know, but I don't know who said it, and I've heard this before, but I just can't remember who said it. That it's tough once you're sleeping on satin sheets. It's tough to get up in the morning and train. I can't remember who said it at 5 a.m.
Marvin Hagler.
Marvin Hagler.
People have taken that from. They're taking it from him, and they say it again. But
yeah. No. It's
R.I.P. Marvelous. Yeah.
No. I can't remember who said it, but they quoted him. Marvin Hagler said that. That's the thing that's going on with Conor. If we remember, I know Floyd Mayweather is the greatest and everything, but Floyd also picked and chose his opponents clearly. He knew he got Canelo early before Canelo really got into his own.
Yeah.
He picked and he chose who he wanted and everything. So I mean, it's hard. It's hard when you've made all this money, and then he sold what's it called, his whiskey. And so I mean, he has even more money now.
Did you see that Forbes list? Like he only fought once, and he made $180 million, and he beat the soccer guys with the whiskey. We need to make a whiskey or something, man.
Bro, tequila. That's where it's at.
Yeah, but
I mean, why are we letting all these people like George Clooney and The Rock? What the hell does The Rock know about tequila?
Hey, don't slander The Rock. The Rock can do it, but not Kendall Jenner. I'll say that one.
Hey, she's out with Devin Booker. Devin Booker's from Culiacan. Hey,
all right, dog. They're all taking our stuff, man. Whatever. But yeah,
the Compas tequila. Oh, that's not a bad.
Could be like a slogan, like randoms become compas after a shot.
Ooh,
something like that.
Bro, you shouldn't be saying that on here. Then people are gonna take it.
I actually ripped it off. I saw it somewhere else.
But it sucks because I love Conor. I love Conor. The second that I started I started watching really the UFC because of Conor and Ronda. I got excited when Ronda was first in there. Ronda got taken out, and that was it. Conor actually kept on going, and he kept on moving. But this is my thing coming up. Okay, maybe Conor is done in the UFC. Or like, I know they're going to fight once again, because I remember even Dustin even said it's either going to be in the streets or it's going to be in the octagon.
And it's another payday for Dustin Poirier.
Exactly. And I mean, who knows? But I don't think there's anything wrong with if Conor wants to switch what he's doing. Hell, if he wants to go fight Jake Paul, who cares? Go get that money. Go fight him. Go knock that clown out and see what happens. If he wants to go to the WWE, who cares? Conor should go to the WWE and just go out there and start talking crap. Like, Conor has literally done so much now that he can do whatever he wants and make money off of it. And I think, and also let me get to this. So my biggest deal with Dustin Poirier was, for the second fight, Conor was being cool. He was being chill. oh, he's soft, he's lost his edge, he's lost his. So then Conor comes out and he's talking crap to him, and oh, he's taking it too far. Well, what do you want then? What do you want? Do you want him to be soft and be nice to you, or do you want him to be a complete douche
In the
and
middle,
get on you?
man.
No. There is no
The,
middle when it
if
comes
you
to the
see
fight
the
game.
first Poirier Conor lead up press conference, that was good Conor. That was prime Conor, and then he starts going off.
I was telling my brother that because we were talking about the fight, we watched it and everything. I'm like, Conor should cut up his credit cards. He should tell his wife, "Hey, you and the kids stay here in the mansion and everything." He should go back to no. I'm being serious. He should go back to his roots. He
Yeah,
should go full Rocky 3. And if he and this is if he has the hunger to keep on fighting. If he has the hunger to keep on fighting because that's what he loves to do and that's what he does, then go ahead. If he wants to retire and then move on to WWE, do some boxing, box Manny Pacquiao, box Jake Paul or Logan Paul, whatever the hell he wants to do, then fine, go ahead and do it. But if he really wants to do this whole thing, he should go back and he should go back to his roots and try and see what the hell is going on. Because that's always been my thing with him also, Gilbert, is that I've always thought that he runs out of gas. And that's always been, and I've watched it before. I mean, during the Floyd fight, and you can say, I mean, people can say Floyd was carrying him those whole rounds, but it seemed like at one point he just completely ran out of gas, and you're like, dude, come on, like, what is going on with you? Like, you're a UFC fighter, you should have more gas than this. So definitely, I mean, I'm really wondering what's next for Conor, but I understand I understand. It's hard to, like Marvin Hagler said, it's hard to do that every day. So I mean, if Conor decides, hey, I'm done with the UFC, I want to go wrestle, I want to go do this, I want to go do that, I mean, more power to him. The only thing is that like it just UFC might take a little bit of a hit without Conor being there because I'm sure their pay-per-view numbers from Saturday did way better than any other pay-per-view this year, and it's because of the draw of Conor. And I remember they were talking before the fight that they wanted to do one at Allegiant, so I thought if Conor beats Poirier, that championship fight could be at Allegiant. If you do Poirier and I can't remember, I'll who's the champion right now?
Charles Oliveira.
Oliveira. If you do that at Allegiant, you're not going to sell it out. So it's gonna be tough to see who they're gonna be able to get to sell that stadium out. But if it would have been Oliveira and Conor, then that I'm sure that thing would have gotten sold out quick.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I feel like Conor McGregor alone, he could fight a tomato can, or I shouldn't say tomato can. These are all good fighters, but a known fighter, he could sell out a stadium. I think he's that popular, but maybe the mystique is starting to go away. So you might be right there.
Or
But
maybe his problem is he needs to come back, fight one or two scrubs, and then kind of get back in the rhythm of it, and then maybe jump up. Because when he went and fought Floyd Mayweather, took a couple of years off, and then he fought coming out, he fought Khabib right away. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You haven't fought in years. Like, why don't you take a couple of scrubs, knock them out, and then go up and fight
yeah,
Khabib?
he did that one tuna fight with Cowboy Cerrone,
Yeah.
and that's about it. But only one. And like going back to your old point of Mayweather, yeah, Mayweather picked some opponents here and there, but he also had good quality opponents. But maybe the McGregor should kind of take that playbook and pick some, and then because he was fighting Khabib, he was fighting Poirier, he was fighting the best of the best. So respect for him to doing that, fighting the best, but he needs to develop as an all-around MMA guy. The power is there, but people are not afraid of it anymore. You got to build the cardio and stuff like that. So I don't get where the involvement is going to come. But I want to take a quick second to shout out Dustin Poirier because, yeah, maybe it didn't end the way he wanted. And a lot of Conor McGregor fanboys are going to discredit this win for him. But he won that round. And if you're going to score it, I think he deserved it. Again, it's a weird rule to me. I think unboxing is a better way. No decision, no contest. But, what's on the record is he won. But Poirier has been fighting some of the best. Yes, he lost to Khabib for his first, one of his title shots. But who hasn't lost to him? But he beat Conor McGregor twice. He beat Max Holloway. He beat Justin Gaethje. So this guy is fighting the best of the best, too, in a very stacked lightweight division. Now he has another opportunity to fight Oliveira, that's going to be an entertaining fight, I think, for me. But this guy, he took his L against McGregor that first fight. He got knocked out. He's always saying that he let him get into his head because that was good. Trash talk. The original Conor was like, who's this guy? Where is this coming from? He got into his head. He got knocked out, but he adjusted. He evolved. That's something Conor McGregor has not done. So I think credit for Poirier to reinvent himself to now get this next title fight. Yeah, like you couldn't beat Khabib. We get it. A lot of people can't, but Now you got to do it right here. This is where you make your dream come true. And I like his story from Louisiana. He's making his hot sauce. I like how Conor threw his hot sauce, but I want to try the hot sauce one day. But I feel like he's a good fighter, and he's really earned my respect.
And you know what? That's kind of what's lost here is that Poirier. I mean, like you said, he's been on a hot streak lately. He's been doing a lot of good work. I think Oliveira is going to have his hands full with him because I think Dustin
Hmm.
Poirier can do a lot of different things. Man, when he was throwing those elbows down, I was like, damn, like he was throwing them viciously onto Conor's head. So I definitely think that Dustin Poirier has really built himself up. I think he had a kid. I think he had somebody there. Respect to him, somebody who was disabled, and he shouted him out after the fight. He shouted him out, and he's like, "You're a fighter. I'm not a fighter. Like I could be done with this tomorrow, but you're fighting your whole life." So a
Mm.
shout out to Justin for doing that, and I thought that it was incredible. Kind of what his message is. I mean, and he's just a good all around guy. He seems like a good guy, so definitely mad respect to him. I can't wait, and I mean. I'm a UFC fan, so I'll watch that fight for sure. I might sneak up to where you live, and I might go hang out with you and watch that fight. But Poirier, what do you think? November?
Yeah, towards the end of the year. Let's see, what is it right now? July? Yeah, October, November sounds like a good date there, and that'll be a good fight to watch. I can't wait for that one.
Do you feel like it's one of those that you have to circle in your calendar?
Yeah, I guess it's not like the big McGregor Nate Diaz kind of hype, but if you're like a big time MMA fan, like you remember what was that card that we watched where like you came to my house and it wasn't like a big name, but actually it was because Masvidal and Usman too, right?
Usman, and then
So,
what's her name? Won the belt.
oh,
She's
Rose.
Rose. Yeah,
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 so
yeah. That was a good.
that
That
was a
was a good
stacked
card.
card. So you put Dustin and Charles as a main event with a stacked card. I'm definitely gonna watch that because
Yeah.
yeah, they're not big names. Like they're still well-known names. But you know what? I respect the MMA fans, the UFC fan, because they're there kind of early to watch the undercard because they're good cards in boxing. I'll say we because I'm a big boxing fan. We're late. We go to the main event and that's it. But these UFC fans, you hear them cheering and chanting throughout the whole prelims and pay-per-view. So yeah, I will definitely watch that fight. I know he's not a big name. These two are not like gigantic names, but the competition now is gonna be really good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I had a friend, shout out to Kayla. She was there and she told me that the atmosphere was
Mm.
incredible, that you could tell everybody was cheering for Connor, that it was huge, but obviously like people gave respect to Poirier after he won and everything, but she said Connor was like stretchered out and he was still talking crap. So she thought that was hilarious. Or I thought that was hilarious that he was doing that, but yeah, no, I mean it's going to be a good one. What did you think about the whole Greg Hardy thing? That matchup?
Well, I guess to my opinions because I don't.
Well, let's just what you saw in the
Oh,
ring.
okay, yeah. He got knocked out. He
That
doesn't
was a
look.
nasty hit.
Yeah, and he got beat up, and a lot of people would like to see that because of what
Yeah,
his
yeah,
past
yeah, yeah,
history.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was kind of one of those people like I don't want to see this guy succeed. So to see him knocked out pretty fast, I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, I don't know. I really can't support Greg Hardy. I feel like, but um, I just feel like he needs a lot of work as well as an MMA fighter, and he has a couple of losses already. So there is some weird,
7-4 now.
yeah. So I don't know. He has power, but like, again, like Conor McGregor, you got to evolve as an all around MMA fighter. And like, I see a lot of people try, like, oh, I could box, I could have power, but you got to be a full, or have full arsenal kind of person to succeed.
Yo, Greg had hit him, and the dude was all stunned, and I was like, "Oh crap, is Hardy going for the knockout?" And this dude just has one lucky blow. Did you see his eye swell up? How quickly it swelled up? I was like, "Damn." I'm like, okay, but yeah, I think I agree with you. I think I saw a lot of people on Twitter were like kind of happy that he got put to sleep, but yeah, I just wanted your opinion on what you thought about that fight. But it was an overall really good. I thought it was a good card.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. It was
It
exciting to have
wasn't
a.
like when I was at your house and three or four legs got snapped that night. Remember
Oh,
that?
just one this time with
Yeah, I
Connor.
know, and it was the worst one. But I loved how Dustin's like, "Oh yeah, it could have happened on a kick, and it just completely broke when he was." And then Connor's like, "No, no, no, that's." He's like, "Who does he think he is?" No, it did not break on. And I just started laughing. I'm like, "Oh my god!" But his like the trash talk was just. I still find it funny. I think it's hilarious, but But I get it. But Gilbert, this upcoming weekend, money, money,
Money.
money, money in the bank, cha-ching. I'm excited for this, Gilbert. It's now we're going from your universe to mine. WWE Money in the Bank this weekend. We have some good matches, but you know why I like this, Gilbert, is because I've always loved the Money in the Bank idea. I've always loved the whole briefcase, cashing it in whenever you want. We've seen the way Edge was kind of the ultimate opportunist with this. He cashed it in on John Cena after an elimination chamber back in like 2006, and then he did it to the Undertaker a year later when he stole Mr. Well, he beat up Mr. Kennedy. He took his Money in the Bank and he cashed it in on the Undertaker after fighting Mark Henry in a Hell in the Cell match or in a steel cage match in 2007. But this weekend, Gilbert, another fascinating card. And Gilbert, you know what's a month away?
SummerSlam. Been talking about it.
In your old stomping grounds, Gilbert. It's in Vegas. So let me give you this is basically the last pay-per-view until SummerSlam. We've been throwing out some theories out there. Man, those theories are getting louder and louder. Now, the only thing is, there was a little bit of a break put on this weekend when I heard that John Cena has a new movie that he's gonna go film in Europe.
Come on.
It's called Argyle. It's a lot of really good actors. Samuel Jackson's in it. God, who else? Bryan Cranston. I saw some big name actors are going to be Henry Cavill, Superman. He's going to be in it. So it's a spy movie. So they're going to go film it in Europe. I think they start filming at the beginning of September. Okay. So that's what I'm like. Ooh, so is he going to go get set up in Europe or is he going to fight? I don't know. It's going to get really interesting.
There's time to do it.
But watch. I need you to watch this. When do they go in person? Ooh. What's this week? The 16th? This, I think either this Friday or next Friday, they're scheduled to be in Texas, and I think John Cena is showing up. So be on the lookout, Gilbert. John Cena could be showing up pretty soon on SmackDown from what I've been hearing. But let's go through the card, and I'll give you my prediction and why these matches are good or not. A couple of weeks ago, Edge came back, and he attacked your tribal chief, Gilbert. I know you took exception to that. I know you weren't happy. He's come back. He went after losing the WWE Championship at WrestleMania to Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. He kind of went on hiatus. He's back now. He's gonna fight Edge one-on-one. I hope his cardio's up. I hope he's able to take all these hits he's about to take, because your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, Gilbert, he ain't nothing to play with. He's throwing out elbows, he's hitting people. He has the Uso brothers behind him, so that's going to be a very interesting match. It's going to be for the Universal Championship. I'm going to come back to what my prediction is, because this is going to get set up. You know what? Scrap this all. Let's go to the Money in the Bank. Let's start off with that, because then I'm going to get you, Gilbert. I hope you're ready for this.
I can't keep up, man.
Bro, Money in the Bank. I'm sorry. I went all over the place, but I have to start off with this. It's going to be Drew McIntyre, Riddle, John Morrison, Ricochet, Kevin Owens, Big E, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Seth Rollins.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah. It's going to be eight competitors. The Money in the Bank is going to be an interesting one, Gilbert, because this is obviously Raw and SmackDown. So my belief is Seth Rollins is going to win the Money in the Bank. Now, this could be a chance to set up one of these young guys and everything, but I don't think that's what WWE is going to do. Watch my madness, Gilbert. Are you ready to see it?
I'm ready.
So he wins the Money in the Bank. Edge and Roman Reigns are going to go at it. And I think Seth Rollins is going to come in, try and cash it in a crucial moment. I think he'll get knocked out of the ring. I think he will distract Edge, and Edge is going to lose the WWE Championship to Roman Reigns, which sets up Seth Rollins versus Edge at SummerSlam. That's a very good matchup. Yeah. That's the past meets the present, and that's a good matchup. So I think something like that's going to happen, something wacko, because Seth lately has been talking about how he wants to be back in the title picture. And then whatever happens with at SummerSlam after that, Seth Rollins can finally cash in the Money in the Bank, and then there starts a rivalry between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. They've been in the Shield together.
Bring it back, yeah.
Exactly. And now it's a new Roman Reigns character and it's a new Seth Rollins character. So there could be a lot of clash right there, and that's going to be good for business, as Triple H once said. So I like that. I like that little. So I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns wins. Seth Rollins wins the Money in the Bank, and then sets up Edge versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. So let's move on to the women's Money in the Bank. Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, Naomi, Asuka, Selena Vega, Liv Morgan. They just added Natty this morning, so that makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 competitors. There's going to be one more in the women's championship match. I think the women, could it be Becky Lynch? Oh my God. Can you imagine if Becky Lynch is back on Sunday? I'd get so hyped because right there.
Yeah.
Becky and I are cool. So
Good friends.
my pick right now, I'd probably go with Liv Morgan from SmackDown, and Seth Rollins also from SmackDown. But I just think Liv Morgan is one of these girls that's really moving up. She was in the Riot Squad. She's the lone member left. The other two members of the Riot Squad are gone. So I think Liv is going to set herself up to go up against your girl, Bianca Belair. I think she's going to set up pretty soon. That could be a rivalry. She can cash in on Bianca, set up a big time rivalry. I just think both of them are in a good position right now. I think Liv has really worked her way in. I think she's the next big part of the women's division in WWE. So let's move on to Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. This rivalry needs to end.
It's still going.
I'm like low key over it. I think it's Ripley won via disqualification at Hell in the Cell. It's kind of been a lame duck like rivalry. I haven't gotten much from it. Last Monday, Gilbert, they faked injuries with crutches. Both of them brought out crutches, pretending that they were both hurt and they didn't know if they could do the match. Then all of a sudden they hit each other with the crutch and oh, look at that. Now they're good. Lazy writing. Raw needs to really step it up because SmackDown, Paul Heyman's doing a lot. I think Paul Heyman's moving the needle a little bit at SmackDown and helping, and SmackDown really is up here right now. And Raw's kind of over here, even though Raw has more talent, but SmackDown's better is using the talent a lot better. So I think Rhea Ripley retains, but I think that rivalry needs to be over and done with. I'll go the next match. I think the Usos are going to battle Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio for the tag team titles for SmackDown. I think No, you know what? I'm going to go Usos. Usos beat them for the championships. I think the Usos will have the belts. Roman has his championship, and then that sets up a long-term rivalry between the Usos and the Mysterios. Just because I think that father-son combo against a brother combo, that's pretty cool. I want to see that keep on going, so that'll be a lot of fun. Well, let's try and get the Mysterios on Compas one day. That'd be really, really cool. That'd be good
happen,
for business. Man. I know. Last match, Gilbert. So I want to keep on hyping you up. Bobby Lashley, the Almighty, goes up against Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship. It should be a good, entertaining match. I just think it's kind of like one of those in-between matches before they get to SummerSlam. So I think Bobby Lashley's going to retain, but I think Kofi's going to put up a fight. Kofi's been one of my favorite to watch for years now, just because of the way he's reinvented his character. He used to be Kofi Kingston from Jamaica, and now he's Kofi Kingston, one third of the New Day. So I literally love watching Kofi, Xavier Woods, Big E. I think they're great. You had to fix it. Yeah, my bad. I kind of screamed in your ear. I know. Maybe that's how I should do it. What's up, bro? Yeah.
I want you to finish, Fernando, but I don't know if you noticed, we've gone over an hour and you still have so much energy, and I'm trying to keep up with all these matches. I'm like, he really just shot it right now. Like, we've been on this podcast for an hour straight, no breaks, and you're still doing it, but you're almost there. Go.
Yeah, no. So Bobby Lashley wins, but to me, I think Brock Lesnar. We might hear the Brock Lesnar come out, see him jumping around, and get excited. But I think Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, John Cena, Roman Reigns, SummerSlam, and Seth Rollins, Edge, SummerSlam. How do you like them apples?
I like it, man. I gotta say, you know your stuff. You're really into WWE, and I feel like I'm not on your level, and I'm slacking off. So I feel like one day we need to I need to be on par with you and give you what I want to see. But I'm watching, like, this guy's really into it. And we just spoke for an hour, so you're the guy, man. Like, you're the guy for wrestling for sure.
Well, but you're the boxing and the UFC guy, so I go to you when I have questions about that. But let's take a pause for a second. There
Oh,
was
there
no
it is.
guest today.
I know that's why I was like, oh damn, that's why I
I
felt
know.
like.
Yeah, we did it solo today. No guests. We just it's hard to rival something like Anthony Lynn. So we decided to do a no guest today. But guess who we do have, Gilbert? We're honored to
That's
have the great
no,
Dan and Dago. You want
no.
energy? He has it. So let's hear from
Uh,
him before returning for una más. Gilbert, why don't you throw over to Dan and Dago?
yeah, this guy, cowboy hat wearing, loser, delusional takes, Dan and Dago. Go ahead, take us away.
Whew, boy, I could really use a cold one right now for this July heat. I need a beer like I'm stone cold Steve Austin. What? And the perfect place for beer is Brewery X in Anaheim. What? That's right. Brewery X in Anaheim is the top destination this summer. I've been saying it for weeks now. They have the best beer menu. So play Compas on the beat in the car and drive over to Brewery X in Anaheim. You won't regret it. And tell them the Compas sent you to Brewery X in Anaheim. Also, leave a review on Yelp and write that the Compas sent you to Brewery X in Anaheim. Maybe one day I'll run into Gilberto at Brewery X. He's been ducking me for weeks. I don't know. Is there too much high energy here? I look clean today. This is a nice little outfit put together. I'm already ready for training camp, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ready. I'm ready to see my team. Hopefully, oh God, hopefully for the love of God, surprise everyone and do it all this year. But I mean, we'll see. Supposedly he was going to have me on as a guest, but canceled? Not surprised. One day you'll need to face the music, Gilberto. Then that sweet chin music will hit you right in the face, knock you out, and go to sleep. Just like that victory whiskey I'm going to get from you after Tebow makes the team is going to put me right out to sleep. And I'm going to be having some sweet damn dreams of just the satisfaction of telling you Dan and Dago was right. And guess who was wrong? It was Gilberto. Ah, you're going to be wrong. But anyway, let's get to Una Mas with Gilberto and Fernando. No Dan and Dago. Unfortunately. Come on, give the people what they want. You know what they want to see. They want to see you and me put up our dukes and go toe to toe. You can go one on one with the great one. There you go, Gilbert. You heard it from Dan and Dago. When are you finally gonna face him? When are you guys gonna hang out, or what's going on with that?
I'll confirm his thing about I wanted to get him on to talk about what's going on here with this feud we have with Dan and Dago, and I feel like it's getting a little tiring, like you mentioned in your WWE preview. Charlotte is it, and what's it, Ripley? I forget her name.
Ripley.
That's getting a little tiring, so we need to settle this once and for all. But I don't have the energy, and I'm not trying to hide or anything. It's just like I'm going on vacation soon. We're gonna have a break soon. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But Dan and Dago, we'll be ready. We'll have you on the show. We'll face off. It'll be great. I'll make you look like a fool, but it's all good. And then we'll have a couple of drinks and it'll be cool. We'll be cool about it.
No, I love when you guys get together. It's always fun. It's exciting. I just think it's funny the way you guys interact with each other. But Gilbert, again. I mean, I feel like now that we're getting back to normal and everything, I went to the movies again. I went to go watch Black Widow, Marvel's Black Widow. Gilbert, did you watch it?
I did not, as people know that I'm not really into Marvel, and apparently you need to be all into the Marvel universe to watch this movie, and so I'm not into it. And also, Fernando, before you continue, I want to say you have a fan. I saw the comments where somebody said we need more movie reviews from Fernando. So, man, you're reviewing wrestling, you're reviewing movies. It's all for you today. So take it away on your review. I did not watch. I don't care for Marvel. Yes, come at me, universe. Whatever.
You don't want to piss off the Marvel universe. We're deep in there, Gilbert. You don't want to piss us off. And yes, I put myself in there because I love all that stuff. I'm a nerd. Very good movie. Very, very good. The only complaint that I probably have is that I can't remember what her name was, but the bad guy thing at the end. Well, whatever. I'm not going to give out any spoilers. But I thought it was a very good, a very well put movie. I thought they did a great job with it. God, what's Florence Pugh? Florence Pugh, who I don't know if you've ever seen her, Gilbert. She was in that wrestling movie with that was about Paige's life. Remember WWE Paige? The Rock was in it, and
Yeah.
Wrestling with My Family.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So she was Paige in that movie,
Oh,
and she's Scarlett Johansson's sister in this movie. So she did a phenomenal job, Gilbert. I was really impressed with her. I like her character. I like what she's doing moving forward. I hope she's a big part of the Marvel universe. I thought she did a great job. It was actually a really funny movie too. I thought it just as a whole, it was a very good movie. I liked it. I came away blown away by it. I definitely think that it was a very well put movie. I wish they would have done this before Endgame, before Infinity War. I wish they would have put it in that time, in that slot before the last two Marvel movies. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. I'm excited they got Black Widow out there. It was a good movie. Scarlett Johansson did a great job, but Florence Pugh is really. It was a takeaway from mine that she just had an incredible. She did an incredible job. But Gilbert, even if you haven't watched it, if you have time, if you have to if you're gonna go to the movies, I recommend you still watching it just because it's a good action movie. It really does do a good job. And then we watched it in IMAX, so it's like boom, boom, boom. So definitely all the stuff that was blowing up and all that stuff, it was a lot of fun. So I definitely recommend it to the viewers out there who, if you have not watched it yet, Black Widow, go watch it.
so two Fernando thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. Very good movie. Very
Okay.
good movie. So I'm excited. I hope that I know that I think there's some things coming out, some shows coming out pretty soon that is gonna go from the ending, because that post credit scene, Gilbert, it messed me up. I could not believe what happened in that post credit. So I got excited. I got hyped. Woo! Oh my God. So I got excited about it. And there's a show coming out that's going to piece that together. I'm excited for that show. I cannot wait for that show. And it's going to be awesome. But I'm not going to spend too much time on that because, Gilbert, I want to hear from you. You know what I want to hear about? Wingardium Leviosa.
Yeah.
How are we doing? We watched 1 and 2. Not we as in you and I. You've watched 1 and 2 Harry Potter. Give me an update. Are you on 7 yet? Are you on? Have you what have you watched lately?
Yes, I know that people want to know about my Harry Potter experience. So to give you an update, it's been a couple months. I'm slow with it, but I have completed 5 Harry Potter movies. So I
Oh
am on the
wow,
sixth one. I don't know the name of
the
the
Half
sixth
Blood
one.
Prince.
There you go. I'm on that one, and it's been a roller coaster experience for Harry Potter, and I kind of gave the Ramirez family a point of view of my opinion. I think your brother, I think we were like chatting on Zoom or whatever, and then your sister was in the room, and your brother Dan and Diego were there, and I said, you know what, Harry Potter's not really for me. It's kind of boring, and everybody like went off and started attacking me. So maybe I won't call it boring, but I'm not really invested. I'm not really I don't know. I feel like I'm not really into like there's some things you watch and like all you want to do is talk about it. Like it's cool. Like the fifth one was kind of cool. Like he was about to go dark and would join. I don't know if I could give spoilers, but it's been 20 years, right?
Bro, you're far behind.
Yeah. So he was about to join. Was it Voldemort? And he's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to join you. That was kind of a cool little ending. But the lead up of that movie was kind of boring, and I didn't really like it. And then I'm
You
already
said the fourth
forgetting.
one?
No, the fifth one. That's the
Oh,
one
the fifth
where
one was a little slow.
the fourth one was a guy from
Robert Pattinson
yeah, where is he from? The New Moon,
I was
Howl
about to
at the
say Taken
Moon.
from Twilight.
Yeah, and there were some cool scenes with the little activities in the tournament. It was kind of cool
Bro, the
and
dragon.
and yeah, that was okay, but it's a little slow and I've noticed that the cast got a little diverse, so I approve that Harry Potter finally picked up there, and Harry Potter was trying to get a girlfriend, but it's kind of shady that he took that one guy's girlfriend after he died, so whatever. So that's a little drama. I'm a drama guy, so I like a little, crazy stuff like that. It's a little
Holy
romance.
crap.
Another thing. It took me forever to realize that the two twins were actually related to Ron Weasley. I figured that out until like the fifth movie. So, as you know, I am bad with the details. So, I'm either falling asleep watching it, or I'm on my phone. I'm on TikTok. So I'm not doing Harry Potter's any full service, but I'm trying, and I'm gonna finish it. And I hear things. My partner tells me that the last three, or is the last two? Well, how many do I have?
Last
Seven,
three.
6, 7, 8.
Last three.
Get really dark. So maybe I'm a dark person and I like crazy stuff like that. So I don't know.
So
But
she's a huge Harry Potter like nerd.
yes, she is, and she made me take the test, and I was a Ravenclaw apparently. That was the last time we spoke about it, so I didn't really watch, but I'm trying, Fernando, but
Did she get frustrated with you? I would beat the shit out of you,
a,
or
a
I'd
little,
beat the crap out of you.
yeah, a little bit. Last time I tried to watch and I fell asleep, and I'm sorry,
I need to talk to her.
but
I right now I'm disgusted listening to all this
but
crap that you're spewing.
but it's not like I hate it. It's like I want to see it out.
Yeah, you just buried the crap out of it, but you don't hate it.
Well, I said I like the diversity in the cast later on. I like
Yeah, okay,
the
two
love
little
interest.
things.
I like that the guy from Howl at the Moon. What's it called again? Twilight, whatever.
Holy crap.
You know what? I also took me a while to realize that they changed Dumbledore. I had no clue until like, hey, that's a different guy. So yeah, I'm telling you all the things I'm picking up late. I didn't like that one lady who was trying to take over Dumbledore. I thought she was annoying. Uh,
Umbridge,
yeah, I don't know her name.
the
But
one that I mustn't tell lies.
I guess, but she was trying to take over the whole school. I didn't, I did like the whole Sirius Black thing, and I don't know, you find out he's a good guy. I'm a butcher in the whole movie, but there's
Dude,
parts
you
I
haven't
like.
just
Okay,
butchered it. You literally took it behind the shed, shot it. It came out. It's still alive, and you just like sliced his head off and buried it.
I like parts. I'm not invested, man. Like I don't. I'll get to it. I'll finish it. But you wanted an update. But yes,
She has to get frustrated. I'm frustrated right now, and
no,
we
not
haven't
not
even
as much
watched.
as your family. I thought you guys were gonna come out the screen and strangled me. I was like, oh, sorry.
The way
Like,
you've explained everything has just frustrated the crap out of
no,
me.
yeah,
But you know what? You're my compa. I love you, but damn.
and I'm telling you, I don't know. I need to be hooked. Like I'm really into the show Manifest. I keep telling you to watch it.
I'm
Like
gonna watch it.
these crazy, conspiracy
I've been
theories,
seeing a
and
lot of TikToks of
me
people like getting on
too.
flights
Yeah,
and they're like, "I'll see you in 5 years, babe," or like
uh-uh.
stuff like that.
I'm not getting on the plane anymore because I don't want to disappear for 5 years. And
This guy.
like I keep thinking about Flight 828 and callings. Like I feel like people are telling me save him or
How
let
many
him
seasons is
go.
it?
Four. I'm in the middle of the second one. I will say this: I'm starting to notice a decline in the storytelling, so it's starting to get a little too much for me, a little crazy, a little out there. So,
Uh,
but I mean, stupid.
yeah.
But the first season and this first part of the season two is really good. Like I was hooked, but I'm gonna see it through. You know me, I don't. I start things and I finish them. It might take me a while, like I will with Harry Potter, but I gotta finish that. And
It's
it's another thing.
incredible that you didn't really bury Manifest all that much, but Harry Potter, you just completely crapped on it. But
So I'm trying to explain to you, like with Manifest, I got hooked right away. With Harry Potter, I can't. It's a little, it's a tug and pull, but I hear good things about it. You were preaching for it, so I am sorry,
oh
but that is
god.
my update on Harry Potter, and I will eventually finish the last three.
Something you got hooked on yesterday. I was surprised you texted me, "It's not coming home," and I was like, "Whoa." I'm like, "Where's this coming from?" I'm like, he watched it. I'm like, you watched the Euro final yesterday
Yeah, you kept talking about
or Sunday?
these soccer tournaments. First of all, like saying of things that it takes me a while to pick up on. I realized there was two tournaments. Like one is like the South America one,
I ain't talking
Brazil.
about that crap.
I know, but I didn't watch that one. But I realized there was two, and they're like, okay, let me watch at least this one.
Referees help Messi win his championship. What?
Yeah. I don't care about that stuff. But I think you were more into the Italy, England, so I gave that one a chance. But I kind of didn't actually. I was with friends at a bar, and the game was on. I was like, hey, I'll watch. I'm here. So that's what it takes for me to watch soccer, to be on there in front of me. And the one thing I don't like about soccer is the ties. So when I found out that there's no ways to end in a tie, I was all for it. Oh, there's two extra periods, there's shootouts, and someone's gonna win. So this is a type of game for me. This is a soccer game I want to watch. No
Yeah.
ties. So you got into the whole England thing coming home. So I was kind of rooting for England. And I kind of felt bad for the last three guys who missed a penalty kick. I don't know much about soccer, but I got to say, that's got to be really rare to miss three straight penalty kicks, right? Is there a stat for that? Because that to me was like, what the hell?
No, but it was just the thing is that I mean you saw they put those Marcus Rashford and Jaden Sancho came in like a minute before the game was over, so they didn't even
Oh,
get to warm up. So they were already cold, but I mean, it was bad. And it's funny. I was watching with we watched it at Buffalo Wild Wings with my three friends, Rob, JC, Eddie, and Dan and Dago, and we're watching it. And my buddy Eddie and JC, they're both huge Manchester United fans. So Marcus Rashford misses, Jordan Sancho misses, and my friends were so mad because both of them missed. My friend Rob, he was going for Italy, so I really didn't care who won. I thought it would have been a nice story to see Italy or England win it because they haven't won anything in a long time since the 60s. So I was kind of hoping they might win it, but they didn't end up winning it. So but I mean, shout out to Italy. Down here, there's a place called Little Italy. Man, it was packed with Italy fans.
Yeah.
They were jumping on cars, getting hyped, getting excited. It was incredible.
Yeah, you know what's I don't know much about soccer, but I feel like England and Argentina are like these powerhouses. So when I saw the stat, like England hasn't won a big championship in many years. Argentina just won their first one like in 30 years. I'm like what the heck? I thought these countries. What? How many?
No, they got it gifted.
Okay, fine. You have beef with Leo Messi. So
I don't have beef. I just see what I saw. And
well, you're taking it out on the whole country of Argentina. So
I am not. I've never been down there, but I know some Argentinians. They're cool people.
Okay, but I feel like I was surprised by the stat. Like I thought these countries would win a bunch of championships, so I guess not.
No, and that's the beauty about soccer, and people don't realize it. Like small countries can win. I mean, it's not always the huge countries. I mean, I know usually in the World Cup, that's kind of how it's gone with Italy, France, Germany, Spain, but it's like Spain hadn't won anything in a long time before they won in 2010. So sometimes it takes a long time for these teams to win, but definitely that's what I love about soccer. It's just the beautiful game. I mean, it literally is like you're like literally on pins and needles for the whole 90 minutes, and then hey, we're going to extra time. Oh crap, here we go. So it was honestly it was a fun matchup. I just wish there was a little bit more. There was a little bit more of goals, but man, when England, I don't know if you watched the beginning, but when England got it started right away and scored a goal within the first 2 minutes, oh my God, this must be nauseating for them, having to hold for the next 88 minutes, having to hold back and try and not get Italy to score. But it was a great final. I'm really looking forward to the World Cup next year. Gilbert, have I told you how the World Cup is going to be set up next year?
No, but I don't know if I care. But
no, you will care. So the World Cup is usually in June and July.
Okay.
Next year it's gonna be in November because they're in Qatar, and in Qatar during their summer it's 130 degrees.
Jesus.
So you should see what's happening
November
down there.
2022.
Workers are dying trying to set up these stadiums, and it's terrible what's going on over there. But they're gonna do it in Qatar next year in November. So it's gonna be November, December. I think it ends. I think they started at the end of October actually, and I think it's gonna end right before Christmas, so everybody can go home for the holidays and spend time with their family. But it's gonna be a long process. It's gonna cut into the NFL season, because it's gonna be like, NFL.
It's even worse.
It's gonna be rough.
They need to do like the old school Super Bowl method where they just chose 5 good cities. Like, remember, San Diego got it, Miami got it, New Orleans.
And that's how they're gonna do it in 2026. 2026 is going to be a lot of fun, Gilbert. It's going to be Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. are going to host the World Cup. This is the only thing, though, is that what they're fighting for right now is right now they're saying that it's going to be 64 teams allowed into the World Cup. Well, 64 in Qatar is going to be way too much. It's too big of a World Cup. So I think they're going to cut it down to 32.
Why are they taking this tournament there where there's so much you need to do differently?
I don't know. Well, there was a scandal. Remember, the president of FIFA got arrested for.
So it's like a money thing.
They were taking money underneath the table, and it was this whole.
And they still kept the tournament there.
Yeah. So.
All right, that's another podcast for another day.
That's not for us to discuss.
But Fernando, I wanted to just say that the reason why I watch soccer because it's Ted Lasso season 2 coming up. So maybe I'm getting in the mood, and I feel like Fernando, did you? It was you. You told me you haven't watched, so. Don't get on me for Harry Potter. You need to watch Ted Lasso before it comes up.
Are you kidding? Ted Lasso just came out a year ago.
Ted Lasso is the greatest thing in the world, so watch it.
Are you haven't even Harry Potter came out years ago and you never even watched it.
You see Twitter, everybody's hyping that show.
Oh my God. And you know what? I do need to watch it. I will watch it, but
July 23rd is coming out. Season 2.
Gilbert, I'm very sad. I'm very sad. Do you know why I'm sad, Gilbert?
Yes, I know, and it's time, bro. We need it.
I got a text last week. I'm going to give you guys a little perspective. No, I got to tell people. I got a text saying, "Hey, I think we should take the 20th off to relax, rest." I'm like, relax and rest? That's for the weaklings, not for me. I'm always hyped. I'm always excited. I'm always down to do compas. But my partner in crime over here told me, "Hey, I think it's cool before training camp starts. I think we should take some time off, just relax the last week before training camp starts." And I thought, you know what? We'll do it. So just wanted to let you guys know that next week there will not be a Compas on the Beat. We will be taking the week off to supposedly relax and rest, but I don't know what I'm gonna do because I all this energy. I don't know what I'm gonna put. I might have to go play tennis and golf a little extra next week, but yeah, Gilbert, what are you gonna be doing?
Fernando, now that I think about it, it makes sense that you're keeping me hostage for a 90-minute podcast because you're trying to fill in for next week already on this show. Because I'm like, why we're going extra? So usually we go an hour, maybe an hour 10 when we're kind of feeling like we want to talk more. We didn't have a guest today. We go 90 minutes. So I know you're trying to squeeze in an extra compas in there. But, for me, I'm going to do what I got to do before training camp. I need to unwind. I divided my vacation weeks in half. And I know it's kind of making the schedule complicated, so thank you for bearing with me. But I have another, vacation coming up, so I'm gonna be off. So I thought instead of trying to worry about the next podcast, I want to be fully cleared out. And I kind of made an exception for the last one because it was Anthony Lynn, so I don't mind that. But also it's the middle of July. People are going on vacation already, so it's kind of hard to get guests anyway. So we didn't have anybody this time. So it's time, and also Fernando. We've done this podcast. We're approaching 5 months, man. We've been fast paced every week, getting better and better. And it's like an NBA. We got to get some load management to go through the championship.
It didn't work. It didn't work for the Clippers. It ain't gonna work for us. But no, but I completely agree with Gilbert. It is time to kind of just relax a little bit. We'll come back with that fire on the 27th.
That's when training camp is coming around. We got a lot of content that day.
Yeah, so we'll be taking the next week off. I know you guys are sad because no Dan and Dago next week. I know you guys are. Gilbert's gonna be sad too, knowing that he's not gonna be able to hear the good word from Dan and Dago, but he'll try and cope. Gilbert, are you gonna come out and see us? Are we gonna see you at all in these next few days, or are we waiting until training camp?
I don't know. We'll see, but you can come my way too if you want. I'm lazy.
Oh, that's true too. But guys, we appreciate you guys. This has been a fun 5 months. I've really loved doing this. It's like I told Gilbert, I get more hype for doing the podcast than anything else. But we're gonna take, like I said, we're gonna take next week off. We're gonna relax. We want you guys to unwind, relax, have a relaxing week, and we'll come back July 27th. But for now, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts for checking out Compas on the Beat. We're ready to rock for another 5 months as the season gets along. We're excited, but for now, Gilbert, it's time. Vámonos.
Ya nos vamos for the next week. Pues vámonos.